Ho ho. Well, hello there, treasure hunters and coin dreamers. Welcome to Legacy Coins USA, where every shiny quarter might just be your golden ticket to fortune. I'm your friendly guide on this adventure through America's rarest coins, from everyday pocket change to million-dollar miracles that can change your life overnight. So grab your coffee, pull up a chair by the fire, and let's uncover the hidden legends of the 1988p, 1992p, 1991d, and 1997d Liberty in God We Trust quarter. The little piece of history that can make you a billionaire by breakfast. Stay tuned, my friends, because your next coin just might be worth a fortune. Let's start. Coin number 1. Now imagine that same coin being worth not just a few cents, but millions, yes, millions of dollars. Sounds like a Christmas miracle, doesn't it? Well, hold on to your Santa hats, because we're talking about one of the most astonishing stories in American numismatic history. The legendary 1988p, in God We Trust Liberty Quarter, a coin that's whispered to be worth up to $45 million in today's market. Now, let's set the stage. The 1988p quarter doesn't look like much at first glance. After all, it bears the familiar face of George Washington on one side and that proud American eagle on the reverse, framed by the words E Pluribus Unum in United States of America. But beneath that ordinary exterior lies a story of rarity, mystery, and immense value. Collectors and treasure hunters across the nation are on the lookout for special minting errors, tiny imperfections, or one-of-a-kind markings that turn a standard coin into a once-in-a-lifetime find. And when such a coin combines rarity with historical weight, its price can soar to staggering heights. Imagine the thrill of discovering that one of those coins you've been saving since childhood, perhaps tucked away in a dusty piggy bank or slipped between old couch cushions, isn't just spare change, but a fortune waiting to be found. There's a magic to it, a kind of childlike wonder that reminds us of the golden days when radio voices filled living rooms with tales of discovery and destiny. And this isn't fiction. It's a very real market of passionate collectors who will pay astronomical sums for the rarest examples of these Liberty quarters. Now, folks, here's where it gets truly exciting. Many of these coins are linked to minting anomalies, perhaps a double die, a misstrike, or even a metal composition error that slipped through the careful hands of the U.S. Mint. One slight imperfection can make a coin unique in the entire world. Think of it like a snowflake. No two are exactly alike. And in the world of coin collecting, that uniqueness can mean the difference between 25 cents and $25 million. Some have reported sales reaching prices that could make even the most stoic banker break into a grin. So, you might be asking yourself right about now, could I have one? Well, dear listener, the answer might just make your heart skip a beat. Coins from the late 20th century, especially those bearing the P Mint mark from Philadelphia, have been known to contain these rare variations. Maybe you have a few tucked away from your childhood allowance, or perhaps your grandparents kept a collection without realizing its worth. It's time to go digging into those drawers, those jars, and yes, those old piggy banks gathering dust in the attic. Think of the stories that could unfold. One moment, you're counting quarters to buy a cup of coffee, and the next, you're holding a coin that could change your life overnight. That's the kind of magic that doesn't come around often. It's the stuff of holiday movies, of unexpected miracles, and of real-world treasure hunts that awaken the dreamer in us all. And who knows? Maybe this very story is the spark that sends you searching, that keeps you up late tonight, flashlight in hand, examining the shine and edge of every old quarter you can find. Collectors call this the thrill of the hunt, that wonderful mix of nostalgia, curiosity, and hope that drives people to search for hidden gems in the most ordinary places. It's not just about money, it's about connection. Every coin carries a story. Where it's been, who held it, what moments it witnessed. That 1988 Liberty quarter might have passed through a million hands before finding yours. And maybe, just maybe, it was waiting for you all along. Now, don't get me wrong, my friends. Finding one of these million-dollar treasures isn't guaranteed. But the real magic lies in the possibility. Each time you flip a coin and see those words, "In God We Trust," remember that trust is also about believing. In chance, in luck, in the beauty of the unexpected. The coin itself becomes a symbol of faith, not just in currency, but in the enduring promise that something small and overlooked might hold unimaginable value. So as we wrap up this little journey under the warm glow of holiday lights, let's raise a toast to curiosity, to discovery, and to the timeless sparkle of the American dream. Somewhere out there, in a box of old change or a forgotten tin, a coin waits to reveal its secret. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, it'll fall into the hands of someone just like you. And when it does, oh, what a story it'll tell. So check your coins, keep your hope alive, and remember, sometimes fortune truly does favor the curious. Coin number 2. Now picture it. The lights are twinkling, the snow's falling softly outside, and you're sitting by the fire, sorting through an old jar of coins. Maybe you're just passing the time, or maybe you've always had a hunch that something special is hiding there. And then, there it is. A 1992 Liberty quarter, shimmering under the lamp like it's keeping a secret. On one side, the proud face of George Washington. On the other, the majestic eagle framed by the words, E pluribus unum, out of many one. It's the same design we've seen for decades. Yet this one coin could hold a fortune beyond belief. What makes this coin so valuable, you ask? Well, it's all about rarity, my friends. Sometimes, in the minting process, a tiny imperfection, a double stamp, a missing detail, or even a mix-up of metals can transform an ordinary quarter into something truly extraordinary. These are what collectors call error coins, and they're the crown jewels of the numismatic world. The 1992 Liberty quarter is rumored to be one of those extraordinary rarities, with certain versions so unique that collectors would give anything to own one. And when something is truly one of a kind, its value skyrockets like Santa's sleigh on Christmas Eve. Imagine the scene: an unassuming coin sitting in your kitchen drawer or resting at the bottom of a piggy bank, waiting quietly for decades. One day, you bring it to a coin appraiser, just for fun. The expert adjusts his glasses, takes a closer look, and then his eyes go wide. He leans back, stunned. What you thought was a simple 25 cents could be worth $40 million. Just like that, life changes. Mortgage? Gone. Debts? Vanished. Dreams? Suddenly within reach. It's the kind of story that gives you goosebumps, and it's happened before. There's something magical about it, isn't there? The idea that history itself is hiding in plain sight, waiting for you to notice it. Each coin carries its own journey, through hands, across decades, across states and stories. That 1992 Liberty quarter could have bought a soda in its day, been lost under a car seat, found again, and passed through a dozen lives before finding you. And yet, beneath that ordinary exterior, it holds the potential to rewrite your story entirely. That's not just luck, that's legacy. So tonight, when you hear those jingle bells or the clink of loose change, think of it differently. Every sound might be a whisper from history. Somewhere in that pile of forgotten coins, your fortune might be waiting. Check those piggy banks, those coffee tins, those dusty jars in the attic. Ask your grandparents if they kept any old quarters. Because the thrill of discovery, my friends, is part of what makes collecting so special. It's a treasure hunt written into our very pockets. Now, let's talk about the passion behind it all. Collectors across America spend lifetimes chasing these legendary coins. They study mint marks, analyze metal compositions, and trace histories back through time. But for many, the greatest joy isn't in the money, it's in the mystery. It's knowing that every coin tells a story of craftsmanship, of national pride, of ordinary people linked by a small piece of metal stamped with "In God We Trust." And the 1992 Liberty quarter? It's one of the greatest stories of them all. There's a reason these tales captivate us so deeply. In a world of fast trends and digital everything, coins remind us of something real, something we can hold, something that connects us to our past. They carry the fingerprints of generations, the echo of every exchange, every handshake, every promise made. When you find one of those rare treasures, you're not just holding metal, you're holding a fragment of America's journey. So, as we wrap up this golden tale under the glow of festive lights, remember, Fortune often hides where we least expect it. That spare change in your pocket might just be worth more than your car, your house, maybe even your wildest dreams. All it takes is curiosity, patience, and a little faith. So go ahead, check your collection, take a closer look, and who knows? Maybe tonight's the night you discover your own miracle of the 1992 Liberty Quarter. And that, dear listeners, is the magic of Legacy Coins USA, where every coin tells a story, every story holds a dream, and maybe, just maybe, your next quarter could change your life forever. Coin number 3. We're talking about one of the most extraordinary pieces of American history hiding right in plain sight. The 1991 Liberty, In God We Trust quarter, a humble little coin that might just be worth a jaw-dropping $50 million in today's collector's market. That's right, $50 million. This isn't a fairy tale, my friends. It's one of those real-world miracles that reminds us why hope, curiosity, and a good eye for detail can make all the difference. Now, close your eyes for a second and picture this. You're sitting beside a twinkling Christmas tree, sorting through an old jar of coins you've been meaning to roll up for years. You pick out a few quarters, give them a quick glance, and then one catches your eye. The date reads 1991, and just below that proud American eagle sits a small letter D. Nothing unusual, right? But what if I told you that this very coin, the 1991 Liberty Quarter, could be worth more than the finest mansion, more than a fleet of cars, more than a lifetime of paychecks combined? Well, you'd better hold on to that coin with both hands. The reason for all this excitement lies in something that coin collectors, or numismatists as they're properly called, live for: rarity. Every so often, the U.S. Mint releases coins with slight variations, maybe a faint double strike, a misaligned die, or even an unintentional use of the wrong metal blend. To the average person, it's nothing you'd ever notice. But to collectors, those tiny quirks can turn an ordinary quarter into a once-in-a-generation treasure. And among those rare marvels, the 1991 Liberty Quarter stands out like a diamond in the rough. Imagine, for a moment, how that coin has traveled through time. It may have been used to buy a newspaper on a chilly morning, slipped into a vending machine at a gas station, or passed across a diner counter with a smile. For more than 3 decades, it's changed hands, quietly building its story, its mystery, and its worth. And now, it could be sitting in your very own change jar, waiting patiently for you to discover its secret. Just thinking about it sends a little tingle of excitement down your spine, doesn't it? There's a wonderful sense of wonder in all this. The idea that history and fortune can hide in something as small as a quarter. You see, coins like these aren't just metal, they're time capsules. They hold the spirit of the year they were made, the craftsmanship of the mint workers, and the symbolism of an entire nation. E pluribus unum, out of many one. Those words ring especially true when you think about how a single rare coin can unite generations of collectors, dreamers, and believers all across the country. Now, friends, here's where things get downright magical. Picture walking into a coin appraisal shop just out of curiosity and placing that 1991 quarter on the counter. The expert takes out a magnifying glass, peers at it closely, and his jaw drops. He looks up at you, eyes wide with disbelief. You ask, "Is it worth something?" And he laughs, shaking his head slowly. "Something," he says. "You've just found a treasure that could make you a millionaire overnight." That's the kind of moment that turns ordinary days into legends. But even if you never stumble upon one of these ultra-rare quarters, the joy is in the hunt itself. There's something deeply satisfying about going through old coin rolls, exploring family keepsakes, and rediscovering the tangible history of our country. Each coin has its own tale, stories of presidents, of liberty, of craftsmanship, and of the people who used them to shape daily life. And in the case of this 1991 Liberty Quarter, it's a story that combines mystery, luck, and a touch of Christmas magic. Collectors say that the thrill of the chase is what keeps them searching. It's not just about money, it's about connection. When you hold a coin that's been around for decades, you're touching the past, bridging generations, and becoming part of something larger than yourself. Whether it's 50 cents or $50 million, that feeling of discovery is priceless. And who knows, maybe one day, your story will be the one inspiring others to take a closer look at their spare change. So tonight, as you settle in by the glow of the lights, take a moment to listen to the soft clinking of coins in a jar. There's a rhythm to it, a music that whispers possibilities. Maybe among those quarters and nickels lies the 1991 D Liberty treasure, waiting patiently for you to notice. And if not, well, you've still got something just as valuable. The joy of curiosity, the warmth of tradition, and the simple belief that amazing things can still happen to everyday people. And that, dear listeners, is the magic we celebrate here at Legacy Coins USA. Because in this world of wonder and history, every coin has a story, and every story holds a spark of hope. So keep your eyes open, your heart light, and your pockets jingling, because the next time you reach for change, you might just find your fortune shining right back at you. Coin number 4. Imagine this. A simple 1997 D Liberty, In God We Trust quarter. Yes, that little coin sitting quietly in your wallet or piggy bank could be worth a staggering $50 million in today's collector market. That's right, $50 million. It sounds like something out of a holiday miracle movie, but the truth is, these rare American quarters have a way of turning ordinary people into overnight millionaires. Now picture it. The fire's crackling, the lights are glowing, and you're going through an old jar of coins you've had since childhood. You're not expecting much, maybe enough for a cup of coffee or two. But then, one coin catches the light just right. You turn it over, and there it is. The date 1997, the proud D-Mint mark from Denver, and those famous words, Liberty and In God We Trust. It's the same design we've seen since childhood, but something about this one feels special. And maybe, just maybe, that little silver disc in your palm is the key to unimaginable fortune. You see, the 1997 D Liberty quarter has become something of a legend among collectors. There are whispers of rare, minting errors, small imperfections that most people would never notice, that make these coins worth a king's ransom. Perhaps it's a double strike, or maybe a metal mix-up, or even a rare proof that slipped into general circulation. Whatever the cause, a handful of these coins have been confirmed as ultra-rare specimens, and their value has soared higher than anyone could have imagined. To a collector, rarity is everything, and the rarer the coin, the richer the story. Just think about the journey that quarter might have taken. It could have been used to buy a soda back in the late 90s, tossed into a cash register, or passed along as change at a diner where laughter filled the air. For years, it's been hiding in plain sight, maybe in a desk drawer, maybe in your glove compartment, quietly waiting for its moment to shine. And one day, you decide to take a closer look and discover that your humble little coin could make you a multi-millionaire overnight. Talk about a Christmas miracle. Now, there's a certain magic to all this, isn't there? It's not just about the money. Though let's be honest, $50 million would make anyone's holiday brighter. It's about the wonder of finding history and destiny tucked inside something so small, so ordinary. Every coin tells a story. The 1997 D Liberty quarter bears not just the face of George Washington, but the enduring spirit of a nation that believes in faith, perseverance, and a little bit of luck. Those words, e pluribus unum, out of many, one, seem to whisper that even the smallest things can hold extraordinary power. And here's the best part, folks, that treasure might be sitting right under your nose. Maybe it's in that old piggy bank from your childhood, or in a dusty box in the attic. Maybe your grandparents kept it without even knowing. So take a moment, pour yourself something warm, and start searching. Because stories like these remind us that miracles don't always come wrapped in gold. Sometimes they come stamped on a $quarter. Of course, seasoned collectors are always on the lookout for such treasures. They know that the thrill of discovery, the heart-pounding moment when you realize what you've found, is worth almost as much as the coin itself. Every rare find adds a new chapter to the story of American money, and the 1997 D Liberty quarter is one of the most exciting chapters of all. It's a tale of chance, of timing, and of keeping your eyes open to the beauty in everyday things. And if you're wondering whether people really pay that kind of money for coins, the answer is yes, they do. Rare quarters like this have sold at auctions for life-changing amounts. Collectors aren't just buying metal. They're buying a piece of history, a one-of-a-kind artifact that connects past and present. And when something is truly unique, its value can soar higher than anyone could have dreamed. $50 million? For the right coin, it's not just possible, it's happened before. So, my friends, as the evening settles in and the stars twinkle outside, remember this. Fortune often hides in the smallest, simplest places. That jar of coins in the corner might be more than spare change. It could be your key to a new life, a new chapter, a new beginning. All it takes is a curious heart and a little holiday spirit to start looking. And that's the beauty of what we celebrate here at Legacy Coins USA. Every coin has a legacy, every collection has a story, and every story has the potential to become a miracle. So keep your pockets jingling, your eyes sharp, and your dreams bright, because somewhere out there, your fortune might just be waiting to be found.